Hello, salutations, what it do? It's Dr. Gamer, all father, the do-rag gang. You know the vibes, like and subscribe. Let's get it.
Hey, 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 what it do? Make that like button blue. Sub if you new. Hey, what it do? Make that like button blue. Sub if you new.
This video is sponsored by Fan Dominion. Celebrate your fandom with incredible merch from your favorite movies, shows, and games. Whether you're a fan of Spider-Man, Star Wars, or Demon Slayer, they've got you covered. With free worldwide shipping and discounts of up to 60% off. Click the link in the description and use my code SADAT for 10% off your next order. Today, we are looking at another MCU skin reveal. I guess Crystal Dynamics is deciding to spoil us now, or because there's like nothing to do in the game, they gotta raise some interest to keep us coming back and playing it. But we got another MCU skin. Just recently we got, of course, the highly anticipated Black Panther Civil War suit, and obviously looked amazing, very good, but there was no new event, not even the stuff they said they were bringing back, just the skin. And that was the first skin, I believe, that came out from the MCU that wasn't accompanied by an event. You know, the first MCU skins were revealed, of course, with the Red Room Takeover event, and then the Thor MCU skin was paired up with the Omega level threat. But so far, the last two MCU skins have just been with no content. There's just nothing else. They just said, here, come to the marketplace, give us your money. And the latest is Iron Man. Now, I was speculating that maybe they were going to be doing more MCU skins from the first movie, because the pattern with the first set of MCU skins was, okay, all of these are going to be from Avengers Endgame. And then we got the Captain America skin from the first Avengers movie. So we thought, okay, are they going to start doing skins from that first Avengers movie? That'd be pretty cool. And then they dropped the first Black Panther skin, and that was from his solo movie. And we didn't know where they were going to go from here. And turns out they're not doing the first Avengers movie, at least not yet. They're doing another solo movie skin. So we have Iron Man, as you see from the tweet here. Yeah, he can fly, inspired by the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Iron Man's Marvel Studios Iron Man outfit comes from the film that started it all back in 2008. Of course, Iron Man did indeed start the entire MCU. The film was a massive success. It revived the career of Robert Downey Jr. and it kickstarted all of this Marvel goodness that we have come to love. It will, of course, be available in the marketplace September 23rd. That is tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern is the reset. And it will be, of course, an exotic tier skin. That has been the change that they made with the War for Wakanda update. Since then, MCU skins have been exotic in their rarity, so they are $14. However, we also just got the poop covered Thor skin, which was a legendary, but that was also $14. So not sure quite if they have a handle on the new pricing system, but for sure you're going to be paying $14 for this MCU Iron Man skin if you indeed want it. There's no way of getting around that. And I think that's decent for an MCU skin, especially since, as you see, once again, absolutely flawless. Iron Man in particular has been known to have pretty much the best skins in the game before Black Panther came out. He consistently got some really good skins. Even his recolors were good. And as a Thor main, of course, I felt disrespected because I think Thor tends to get the short end of the stick when it comes to skins. And I felt, because the MCU skin was, I think, the first one since Unworthy that was actually really good. But Iron Man, no such issues. His MCU skin is, of course, flawless. It's easier to do so, of course, because he doesn't have hair. It's just a suit. And they didn't have to deal with any of that drama. Of course, people were famously annoyed about the Hawkeye and Black Widow MCU skins because they don't have the hair from their movie likenesses. Hawk's MCU skin had similar issues. It wasn't just the hair. It was just that the body type for this Hawk in the game is very different from the body type of MCU Hawk. The Hawk in Marvel's Avengers, the game, looks a lot more like a gorilla, very squat, short, bulky. And Mark Ruffalo's Hawk, especially in Endgame, was a lot more seem a lot more slender, but still bulky. And they didn't copy that for the skin. And they also, I felt like, didn't really capture the skin itself right. The suit wasn't the right color, but I don't really care about Hulk's cosmetics anyway. But Iron Man's, once again, perfect, looks exactly like the movie. But if I'm being honest, this doesn't seem that different from the Endgame skin for Iron Man. And there's other stuff. I've said this before. People are really excited about Iron Man skins, but to me, a lot of them just look the same, and I don't particularly care about them. But if you're Iron Man main, I am happy for you. I will definitely, for you guys, showcase the new MCU skin tomorrow at Reset, because I'm just that nice of a guy. I'll even play Iron Man for you. Now, there was this other story that I wanted to touch on briefly. Paul Tassi wrote an article saying that Marvel's Avengers drops new hint about upcoming 2022 hero. And the hint that he's talking about comes from one of the last weekly blogs where they were interviewing the system designer Malad Darbandi. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to be honest, I don't read this part of the weekly blog at all, but apparently I should have, because this one apparently dropped a nugget of info. This particular section, Paul Tassi highlighted, "Can you give our community a hint at something fun you're currently working on?" And Malad responded with, "Whatever I say would make me sound like a liar," which definitely is not a natural human response to that question. So we can obviously assume that a hint was being dropped about what they are currently working on. And they obviously wanted to make sure that they didn't, spill the beans about what it is. So we have two conclusions that Paul Tassi came with. Either they are working on Loki, because, liar, Loki is a liar. I don't think that's going to be the case. It could be the case. We know that Loki is a character in the game. He's been teased. He's part of the Easter eggs. If you go into Wakanda, they have confirmed Loki is in the universe. Of course, if you played Thor's iconic missions, you know that when he fights the Forsaken, all those people that Thor is fighting with and the imposter Thor is, of course, Loki. Very obvious. But since then, they haven't expanded on that. So maybe it's possible we're going to get a Loki iconic mission chain where he actually appears in the game, maybe as an expansion. But the other clue that Paul Tassi went with was from the 1997 Jim Carrey movie Liar Liar, like going very literal. Liar Liar, for those that are too young to remember, was a very funny movie from Jim Carrey where he played a lawyer who, through magic, becomes unable to tell a lie, which is funny because lawyers have to lie all the time. So hijinks ensue. So why does that relate to Marvel? Well, there's another lawyer that is known throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe, several in fact, Matt Murdock, and of course, She-Hulk. And from leaks, we know that Daredevil is not in the game. He's not currently someone they're working on. She-Hulk is. So we can assume that she's probably talking about She-Hulk. The hero lineup for 2022, based on the leaks that Miller provided last year, seems like it's going to be pretty straightforward. She-Hulk, Winter Soldier, Captain Marvel, probably in that order. It just makes sense based on what we've seen so far. And I think Captain Marvel is going to definitely be last because I think that's going to be a bigger expansion. Winter Soldier and She-Hulk could be interchangeable, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be She-Hulk. And this hint seems like it could be leading us towards that direction. So I would guess maybe early-ish 2022, whenever her show comes out to Disney Plus. I think their plan is that they're going to try to cross promote with upcoming MCU content as much as possible. So I wouldn't be surprised if they timed her release to go with the Disney Plus show. Same for Spider-Man, the DLC event. I think they're timing that to come out the same month as No Way Home, so you get that maximum cross promotion, which very smart. Hope it works out for them. But that's all. Thank you once again for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you are new. I'll be, of course, streaming Marvel's Avengers tomorrow for the weekly reset, so definitely check me out right there and see the new Iron Man skin in action. I'm Sadat the Gamer, signing out.